And we get to Saturday. 3 days went by. At first, no one was sure what to make of Crow Armbrust, an intelligence division agent, William Orion's sudden transfer into Class 7. But within a matter of days, it almost felt like they'd been there all along. I'm sure none of you need to be reminded that it was none other than Emperor Dracos who ended the War of the Lions. But did you know that historical records tell us he had amazingly few soldiers under his command? Initially, his allies numbered only a few confidants and several warriors from Nord. And while supporters rallied to him in each region, his ranks still couldn't hope to compare to the other princes' armies. Nonetheless, they continued to advance, liberating region after region, and after half a year of bloody battles, Prince Dracos met perhaps his most well-known supporter. Milliam, right? Would you happen to know the historical figure to whom I'm referring? Sure I do. Leanne Sandlot, also known as the Lance Maiden. And Crow, I just noticed, as Z's where he's in the back of the class sleeping. Good job, Crow. Sandlot was the daughter of a count who ruled over a remote region, and accounts tell us she showed great martial skill from a young age. In particular, her skill with the lance was unparalleled. No records exist of her ever being bested in combat. The Lance Maiden also had a group of mighty warriors under her command who fought alongside her in battle. Perhaps you'd like to illuminate us as to the name of this famous band, Ring? The group of mighty warriors led by the Lance Maiden. That's the... How in the hell am I supposed to know? Eisenhower, the Iron Knights, they were a band of knights said to be able to charge across the battlefield like lightning, cutting down all in their path. Correct, you've done your homework. The Wandering Prince met the Lance Maiden one day during prolonged conflict in a remote region of the country. After recognizing each other as reliable and trustworthy, they pledged to fight together under a united banner. With the Lance Maiden and her knights bolstering his ranks, Dracos' army swept through one region after another. In just a year, he was able to defeat the other princes and free the imperial capital Heimdall. As an interesting footnote, the castle the Eisenreiter used as their base of operations 250 years ago just so happens to be only a hop, skip, and a jump away from Laura's home in Legram. Indeed, it's known as Longer Castle. It's a beautiful building situated on the shore of Lake Abel to the west of Legram. Oh, you've mentioned that before. Does anyone live there now? No, due to the dangerous terrain there, no one goes near it. These days, it exists simply as a relic of a bygone age. The Arseid family is responsible for the care and maintenance of the castle, though really only minimal work is done. Speaking of the Arseid house, wasn't one of your ancestors the Eisenritter's second in command? Indeed, the Lance Maiden's most trusted assistant and confidant, from what I understand. The Sandlot family line ended with the death of the Lance Maiden. And it's particularly because of that the Arseid family mourns her death each year. I see. Ooh, what a fascinating story. Legram, huh? Never had a mission there, so I've never been able to go. Maybe I should have stopped by when I went to Berea Heart a while back. You think she'd at least try to conceal the fact that she gets sent all over the country on secret missions? I know, she totally just let it slip that she was doing something in Berea Heart, too. Well, I suppose it's better than her being all distant and cagey around us. AP increased by 1. Okay, so tomorrow is a free day. Which means that next Wednesday you'll have your usual practical exam. You'd better all bring your A game. Oh, Milliam and Crow, a few must-have instructional materials you guys are going to need as part of Class 7 finally showed up. I'll hand that stuff off to you once we're done here, so I want you to come with me to the faculty lounge. Righto. Man, what a drag. Alright, homeroom's out for the day. Flee while you can. Machias, if you'll do the honors. Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow. So those guys are leaving with Sarah. Presumably to get their Arcus units. So, what do you think? Well, I don't think we have to be on our guard around her, at least. Same. Though I'd rather she kept that giant silver thing of hers hidden. I don't think she's a bad girl. I was taking a nap in the courtyard yesterday, and she came and fell asleep next to me. What does that have to do with whether or not she's trustworthy? They look like a couple of kittens all curled up together. Their personalities may be worlds apart, but they're both rather cat-like in their own ways. She can't be more than 12 or 13. Still practically a child. Yeah, you're right. She's so chipper all the time that it's really hard to really be cold toward her. Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to spurn her. She's got this natural charm, I think.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hi, Mitch. Oh, Mitch and Luna, if you're here, there should be one in there then that you can play as a subscriber only. So you can take a look and see if it works. So just saying, if you want to check it out. Because I redid them last night, Luna, after we talked. It's the oops one. It should say, for you as a subscriber, it should say 0. So. I didn't go into the settings, though, to adjust the timeouts and stuff on it, so I don't know what it's going to have. But I might have to play with that afterwards. Yeah, there's like a timeout for each person between stuff. But, yeah, once that's up, if you guys want to test it and see. Yeah, I might put a couple more for subscribers in there. I just haven't done it. I figured we'd try one and see what people thought. After you and I talked the other day about it, Luna. So, anyway. Hi, Mitch, and back to the game. Be that as it may, her presence here reeks of blood and iron, if you take my meaning. Well, it certainly seems that way.
As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
Hey, Steve. I was just telling Mitch and Luna that the subscribers, I can't talk today, have a special sound that they can use. I don't have the timeouts set on it properly yet. But if you look at the thing underneath the screen, there's a list. So you can check it out. But there's one right now that's for subscribers, and then I'll probably add a couple more. Anyway, I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time. It's hard to believe a girl like that could be an agent of the intelligence division. But just going off what happened in Nord, there's not much that would make me doubt it now. And then there's that thing, Aragetlum, that's always with her. She calls it Lammy, but aside from its name, we don't really know anything about it. It seems to be made from some strange material with both metallic and ceramic properties. Hard, but pliable. Agreed. It doesn't look like anything you could make, even with the most cutting-edge orbital technology. When I touched it, it felt really nice and cold. So, you actually touched it? It hasn't escaped my notice that it seems strikingly similar to the combat shells we fight in our practical exams. Exactly. No one has commented on that at all. Because it is. I think it's safe to assume that they share some kind of common origin. Yeah, the instructor said she was forced to accept it, though in a sense, Milliam was forced on us too. You're welcome to think what you will, but I don't trust her. Either way, she's technically our classmate now, like it or not. It may be a little early to tell whether we can trust her as a friend, but we should be able to figure out pretty quickly whether we can count on her as a member of Class 7. Ah, well, that's a logical way of breaking it down at least. Uh-huh, you're right, it's still pretty early to make sweeping judgments. Knowing her background would be great, but what's really important is whether we can count on her in a fight. Agreed. As students of a military academy, that's probably the most important issue. We'll have to wait and see. Well, considering we're living in the same dormitory, it'd be good if we all got along. Yeah, I wouldn't want her to think we're trying to make her feel unwelcome either. And then there's Crow. What's he like, Reen? You seem like you get along with him pretty well. I don't know if I'd put it quite like that. If I had to say, I'd describe him as a capricious gambling addict, way too prone to ante up for every hand. Ideos help us. So, he sounds like the kind of miscreant one would be better off avoiding. You can count on him when the chips are down, though. He really helped me out last month when Elise went into the old schoolhouse. He's good in a fight, and pretty handy with his Arcus, too. Maybe we're worrying over nothing then. Still, I'm not really sure how to connect with him, you know? Hi, Oceanic. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, so I'm not really sure how to connect with him, you know? Well, at least we're in separate dorms for the time being. We'll just have to see how things go. Okay, so we're walking around in Maureen, and we don't really have any. Oh, I was gonna say.
Hello, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Oh, hi there, Reen.
Do you have a moment?
Toa? Well, this is a surprise. What can I do for you?
You've got a new student in your class now, right? Well, her student notebook is ready, so I figured it'd be best to get it to her as soon as possible. And since you handled it last time, would you mind coming to get it for her?
Oh, you're talking about Milliam. Sure thing. I'll come get it right away. You want me to swing by the student council room then?
That'd be great. Thanks.
She sure doesn't waste any time. I should head on over to the student council room before it gets too late.
All right. I guess we're heading over to the student